Hi, this is Drew Tignanelli, and this is our latest client update. I want to say that we do this regularly, not monthly, quarterly, but we do it as we believe it's necessary. So we think it's necessary. We haven't done one since January, so here we are doing our latest update. I always enjoy your bow ties, and why don't you tell people about the Financial Crossroads?
Thank you, Drew. I do feel a little
You like my bow tie?
It's beautiful. It really is a thing of beauty. Yeah, it's true that the Financial Crossroads.
Stay warm in Maryland.
Well, today's supposed to get up to 50. Spring is on the way, Drew. We have finally completed the project that we've been talking about for about a year now. It is now available. You can go check out the website, www.thefinancialcrossroads.com, learn all kinds of stuff about the book and the interactive website. But we're really thrilled to have that project come to completion, and we're telling the story.
You're going to New York and going to be doing a lot of media trips, and may even see them on the Today Show or something like that.
Anything could happen.
You and Oprah may be hanging out together. Anyway,
I'm not going to hold my breath.
So let's talk about our latest client update.
Yeah. You guys spend an awful lot of time in this room.
That is true. Every
morning. The investment committee, which makes up 5 or 6 people regularly on almost a daily basis, sitting in this room for an hour or two, going through all kinds of stuff.
Yep, there are 4 of us. Roger Bear, who's got 25 years experience in portfolio management, Sue Fenimore, 25 years, myself with over 30 years, and Chuck Bender, who's been with us for 5 years, and actually is our team leader. He's got the most credentials next to his name,
too.
He
does. It looks
CPA,
fancy.
CFP, MBA,
He's a collector.
He is a collector. He's actually after another credential. I can't remember even what it was, but anyway, so we do spend a lot of time. We're looking at all of our investments, why we own them, and this is the kind of market that you have to be especially careful in.
Yeah, and you've made changes. Sometimes I think to the outside eye it may appear to be relatively nuanced, not significant changes, although we're looking at it on a daily basis. What are some of the changes that you've been making recently that have been a little bit more demonstrative?
Well, we're moving more into equities at this time because we believe it's an election year and the markets are not reacting negatively to the Greece situation or Dubai or any of the other. Normally, if this was a real problem, you would see the bond market reacting violently, the currency markets reacting violently. You're not seeing any of that this time. That's what happened in 07 and 08 that warned us that the markets were having troubles. But we're not having that this time. So we feel that because it's an election year, because the Fed is very accommodative, that this is going to prove to be a reasonably good year. But we're going into it extremely conservatively with only the highest of quality securities.
So we're very cautiously optimistic at this stage of the game.
Cautiously optimistic, a great way to put it. If you look at the kind of companies we're buying individually, you got Kraft Food, Campbell's, Berkshire Hathaway, Becton Dickinson, Apple Computer is the most recent that we added. A lot of people are saying, why didn't you buy Apple when it was lower? Well, the answer is because, one, we didn't fully understand what was happening with Apple when it was lower. But 2, right now the stock is in a position that is extremely reasonably priced when you consider its balance sheet and when you consider the adoption of their iPhone technology. I'm telling you, I've never seen people who don't use technology adopting to the iPhone and just extremely excited about it.
Do you think I should go out and buy an iPhone to help prop the stock up a little bit?
I'll tell you, I bought a BlackBerry about a year or so ago, and I'm extremely disappointed personally.
Sorry to hear that.
So I'd probably short BlackBerry RIM, Research in Motion, if I had the option to.
Well, our IT guy is also a big iPhone proponent, so he's been riding on me for a couple months now.
He's absolutely right. My wife, who does not like to use technology, got an iPhone, and I'll tell you, you watch what she's doing with that, and that was what convinced me that I got to own this stock right now, because remember, Gillette didn't sell razor handles.
Right.
They sold razor blades. That's why they gave the handles away.
Sure.
Apple just has the ability to sell the telephone for a lot of money.
Yeah.
But really what they want to sell is $1 music, $2 application,
Right.
$3 movies, and that's the next thing. Movies and magazines, that's their next thing they're moving into, and I'm sure they're going to dominate it.
It's a fascinating story.
But, we also own a lot of utility stocks. We own all the big financial companies now. The Fed's basically giving them money. If
Right.
you understand the economics of it, they borrow it next to nothing. They lend it back to people or the Fed at 2, 3, 4, 5%. It's not hard to make money when you're doing that.
And especially with a mid or long-term view, we continue to hold the policy that the Asian countries that are strong and showing opportunity for growth into the future, we still prefer them over U.S. in many ways.
Absolutely, and I've told my investment team over and over, and I started telling them this at the beginning of '09, you're going to hear over and over, China's a bubble, China's a bubble, this is a bubble, that's a bubble, and everybody's trying to be the expert now.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all proclaiming China's a bubble, China's a bubble, it's got all these office buildings that are empty. Yeah, I'm sure they're going to have problems,
Sure.
but trust me, the U.S. has a lot greater problems than China and the rest of Asia. Anyway, I think we are pretty much given the insight. I'd say on your 401k account, you might want to be conservative. Doesn't mean you shouldn't have some equity exposure, but I'd go 50% if I wanted to be conservative, moderate, 75% if I wanted to be growth-oriented, and 25% if I wanted to be extremely conservative.
And stay tuned, because we'll be giving advice on that front on a regular basis.
And even though we're turning somewhat bullish, I don't think they can be as nimble with their 401ks as we can be with our clients' investments
I'm sure that's
on
the
a
case.
day-to-day basis.
Sure.
Like you say, we're here looking at this every day, for an hour or two each morning. And so, you're not going to be able to do that with your 401k. Anyway, and then your book, one more time, thefinancialcrossroads.com.
That'll get the job done.
Yep. Have a great week, and this is Drew Tignanelli saying God bless.